Hey, Walter. Yo, Chipper. I was going to show that to the missus. See if she ate that. I thought that was kind of cool. Um, the little cigarette case thing or whatever. In the process of moving, I found a sweet potato that had got put over to the side. It had all these nearly dead shoots coming off of it. So I brought it over here and put it in the thing with water or whatever. Now it's got leaves coming out, all got roots all over the place. So I've already got my sweet potato slip started for the year. Hey, Tibor. I'm one of the lurkers, so uh, I think that's the way it works. Sorry, watching Eli in there being a goober. He's playing with his feet. Thinking about painting faces on him so he'll have friends. AC 103. I honestly don't believe there's any such thing as self sufficiency. You can be self reliant, but I've been looking at this really, really hard for the past year or better. And it's better than a year. It's a good goal to have, but have it with understanding. Uh, you know, in this part of the world, if you could do away with property taxes and stuff like that, well, anyway, still, well, 160 acres, you could get really close to self sufficient, but you would literally work 16, 20 hours a day. Yeah, but even a self-sufficient village, Walter, gets to the point that that village can sustain and without any outside. And if you the minute you trade for something to make your village better, you're no longer self-sufficient. You see what I'm getting at? I know it's a technicality, but if you're not growing it, making it, building it yourself in house, if you're not drilling your own oil well, refining your own fuel, then if you're farming, subsistence farming, and you're using an internal combustion engine, you're not self sufficient because you're having to buy fuel, which is made somewhere else. It's, I don't know why. I don't know what a better term for it would be, but there's got to be one. Uh, it's a small cow takes, depending on their body weight and stuff. I didn't have a nap today. Sorry, guys. Takes what'd you say? 12 pounds. You take 12 pounds. At least 12 pounds of grass a day.
Yes.
Just to maintain. So if you're not on a piece of property that will grow enough hay for your cattle to each one get 12 pounds a day when they're only weighing 400 or 500 pounds, um, you're not self sufficient. If you're having to buy hay, you're not self sufficient. Come on. Hey, Eli. Eli. You want to come up here? Oh, that's gross. What's got on the face there? Oh, okay. Let's switch over to other things so I can tell whether or not people can see you. Oh, that's just you. There's the baby. You're dirty Eli. Thank you. Don't say howdy. That's my soda. You don't get one. You don't get Nope. Sam won't tell you why he wants. He's still ain't get no soda. Too little for soda. You want some whiskey? I'm just joking. You get that either. Should have brought your Cheetos with you when you come in here. Well, you didn't bring them. Like, that's my nose. You can't have it. Get your own nose. For those of you who haven't met him, this is my grandson, Eli. He's a very political guy. He's always demanding to be heard. Hey, Eli. Rar. Say rar. Say rar. Rar. Yeah. Rar. Teach him to talk. All the good words. Come on. Hey, you. I know you had supper, and then you had something to drink. Then you got to play around a little bit. You got to talk with the ladies. And now you follow the piss and vinegar, but I don't need none. So just keep it to yourself. That's my butt. See, I got no way. to produce baby food. How am I going to be self sufficient if I can't? I mean, yeah, he's to the stage now where if we can grind it up fine enough, he can eat it. He can eat anything, pretty much. There's like a thing that tells you when your baby's ready to eat stuff, which I don't know. I think if they can, think if they can make a turd out of it, they're ready for it. But he can have eggs, chocolate fruit, everything. He got his bottom teeth in. Ow, little sharp, little sharp. He's getting the top one. Yeah, that one's right there, buddy. You can be able to chow down on them Cheetos, buddy. I'm gonna take a drink now. Don't slap my pen. No cracker. At least. Yeah, $5. Okay. Well, just one. You eat all the time. You ain't never know about some kind of food. Now you done broke. See, I can't make crackers. I can buy crackers. You know, I guess if you're making money to where you can afford to buy the excess, you can rely upon yourself. So that makes you self-reliant. But you, you can get loose of the grid, I think, because you could. I mean, you can grow enough hay to do the draft animals. But do you really want to do all of the stuff that you need to do on your homestead with draft animals? How about you? I What did the C-103? What they do about their taxes, their property taxes and stuff? I, I've got them some coveralls around here somewhere. I can't find them. I got you some bibs, buddy. Bibs is man's clothes. Yeah, I'll get you some. I'm gonna get you. You want some striped ones or some denim? Want to eat? Okay. That way, when we go out, we can like color coordinate. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't do the homesteading thing or stuff like that. I mean, that's retarded. Uh, but we need to be as self-reliant as possible. We need to stop being. We have to realize that self-sufficiency isn't a thing. You know, I, me and my wife, if we work together, we can cover all of our needs. But that's a partnership. And the more people you have in the partnership, the better off you are, the better chance you are, the more things you can have, the more benefits you have, the easier the work it gets, the more produce you can produce. Am I talking with my hands? It's my amen dude over here. Um, That's something I'd have to check on. And that's was thinking about that. You know, if it wasn't for property taxes, it wouldn't be that bad. Uh, used to, and they keep changing the number of acres you can have in ag. Um, you know, if we planted every stitch of our property except for where our house was in wheat, we still couldn't claim ag on it because it's not effective. And to me, I think that's like, but I know why they did it because everybody be like, oh no, I've got a garden, it's all ag. Because people always looking for a way to get out of pay their tax. Uh, yeah, that's a real problem in this county. There's so many people that were getting away with it that they had to raise the tax rate so high that the people that were willing to pay their taxes have been getting screwed for a couple of decades. But maybe we're fixing to get it on or start getting it on. Not this crack or two. How much room is in your body? Yeah, but that's the I've actually got I was working on editing it. It's a I went to another one of the plague cemeteries here, and they don't even talk about. You look in the history books and you look the stuff up, and oh, all these people died in was it 1918, 1919, or whatever it was. And I'm like, well, hold on a minute. What about all them other people? There were people dropping like flies for chew it up. Folks. Don't be trying to smoke it. Don't smoke it. Need some water? Oops, taking it. Need some water? Didn't get my soda. Take choke all you want to. Didn't get my soda. He got the sniffles. Anyways, um, there were a, there's a lot of graves in the cemeteries around here from the 18 and 19. There are a lot more from. There was like something, and I can't find exactly what it was. Something came through here in this part of the world right around 1909, 1910, and it killed a butt ton. So, hey, Rob, visited another one of those forgotten cemeteries the other day. Right, it's right next to where that bobcat or coyote was hanging. Let's try something different. Hey, this is S. Could we convince you to bring us his water bottle? Why are you stabbing me with this spitty cat? She was telling you, oh, he's got it. Don't throw
You
it.
don't want it? You can get another one of those, but
Just get a drink. You are a ruffian. I'm going to help you hold it. He is for sale still. You start gleeking that stuff on purpose, holding us down. I'm putting you on the floor. I'm serious. Quit that. He thinks it's funny to pull it out of his mouth real fast. It slings water everywhere. He knows it does it. And he will soak both of us all the way. Will you throw it in the floor? In case y'all are wondering why sometimes I don't answer the phone, it's because reason. Those are really good. Is that a good cracker? They do make you thirsty though, huh? But I guess even back then, I mean, I guess if you went to town, sold a hog or a calf or a couple of bushels of wheat or vegetables or whatever, you know, your property taxes was $5 or something, probably come up with it. Yes, sir. You got a drinking problem? You got a drinking problem? No. He crawled in here. What was I supposed to do? It's not my fault you got straight water, man. If I'd have put that, I'd do apple juice. I got you back, buddy. But you're getting water right now because we're in control of this small person. And we don't want them all hyped up on sugar and stuff. Why are you kicking me? You're not getting it, man. Just forget about it. Look somewhere else. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. Y'all can't see what he's doing. He's kicking both legs, and he self stimulates his hand. He's really intent on me listen with or Dr. Shasta. It's not happening. Yeah, drink water. I would drink water. About through sitting here. What happens if we put you back in the floor now? I'm not bouncing on, and he thinks if he kicks me long enough, I'll bounce my leg. It usually works for him. You want down? You go on the floor? Don't start getting mad. Don't like you want back up here. Don't bump your head on stuff and crying either. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Anyway, uh, you can you can be you can supply a lot of your own needs, but it's just we need to be careful about where we set our goals because If you aim for something that's not attainable, you're going to be very disappointed. You, sir, are physically. No, sir. You don't need the kitty litter. You don't need the kitty litter. What are you going to do with it? Just take a swing at me, boy. You did, didn't you? You think you're tough. I was in Fluvanna, it's a little town up on the Cap, uh, and they actually have a hay baler up there that still had the nameplate or the manufacturing plate on it. And so I was standing there waiting for the backhoe guy to do some stuff while we're working on a water leak. And anyway, I looked it up, and this hay baler took 40 draft horses or 60 mules. Yeah, 40 draft horses, 60 mules, and 20 men. Sorry, baby. 20 men to work. People, humans. And it wasn't even a big one. I followed that rabbit hole down the deal. There were uh, all kinds of farm equipment out there that took, 20, 30, 40 animals, mules in front of it. So they had to feed 20, 30, 40 head. And those animals couldn't pull that thing all day long. They had to swap them out. So if they had something that ran a 40 mule team, they either ran that machine half a day or they switched the team out. That means they had to feed 80 mules. Now, the people weren't going to get lucky enough to switch out. You can't chase her, buddy. It's not that long. My mom was born in 32, 30, 30, 30. Um, one side of her family wore gray in the Civil War, and the other side of her family was getting uh, shot to shit in Oklahoma. What are you getting into, you little mister?
Just playing with the water bottle.
No, the water bottle. And there's if all of you people out there, the younger people, you need to be aware that if you have children, they're going to learn to crawl. They're going to learn to walk. And they're going to learn to run, climb.
Learn to sack.
They're going to learn to sat. They're going to smack. Hey, that's not a water bottle. That's a fishing pole. You got no hooks on it though, so you're gonna knock the phone down. What are you gonna do when you get? Oh, you gonna have it.
Gonna get ready for bed. Elijah. Hey, Elijah.
Elijah Wayne, look in here. What you doing, buddy?
I still don't understand why you pick up your hands and your feet and act like you can't move.
Because he's telling you to pick him up. That's the straight up he lied for picking up. Push it up,
I know.
then
But
he'll
it's like, why do you
dolphin.
quit crawling? Just crawl to me. Would make more sense.
Because he can see how fast we motivate and how fast it takes him to motivate. Long range. He's just trying to be energy efficient, time conservative. I think might be a little spoiled.
Oh, drinking bottles, you get ready for bed.
Uh, my mother had her dog when she was a little girl. A guy went off the road, ran the dog over and killed it just to be mean. She saw the whole thing happen, and he was driving a buggy. And that's 40, 1940. Everybody's like, oh, everybody had a car. No, man, that's TV. Not everybody had a car I mean, it was still in the 50s rare for I mean, not everybody had a car in the 50s. And almost, well, very few people had more than two cars. Well, the way I understand it, half of my mom's mother's people got marched off to Oklahoma. And uh, the ones that stayed in Alabama were, yeah, they pretended to be. Yes, Clifford. It's The video I'm trying to edit out, I believe the child was 9. Just missed 10 by a couple, like a month. And the date wasn't right on it. I have to. I don't want to try to do any of that from memory, but uh, the I've visited 4 or 5 of them now. Over the past year or so, year and a half, and not just here either. We went to one down by Junction, and we went to a couple down by Junction. There was a lot of back when everybody talks about everybody being all self-sufficient and everything. About the times back in the day when they did this and this and this and this. There were a lot of babies dying, a lot. I saw one family plot. Well, I've seen more than one. The one that's in my head right now, there was the the newer headstones were a man and a woman, and then there were 6 markers with names and dates on them where the child they'd lived 3 months, a couple years, uh, but there was one in that family plot. Uh, the boy had made it to 19, and then that was it. They literally outlived all of their children. Well, people, yeah, there's we talk about people back then being tough. Yeah, they were tough as nails. With the invention of modern medicine, things have just changed. You know, the small children dying or whatever wasn't what used to tear the people apart, tear them up. Is when they had one can make it to 11, 12, 13, 14, 20, and then something wound up killing them. That, but we don't want to. That's the whole gist of the video I'm trying to edit together. We do not want to go back. We don't want to be in a situation where we have to be self-sufficient because we can't manufacture antibiotics. We can't do reconstructive surgery on a shattered thigh bone. We can't um, do surgery to repair damage to internal organs from uh, an axe wound or a gunshot or without modern medicine. They most of the people that died from getting gut shot back in the day, they'd spend 2 weeks in the hospital. Yeah. They'd be in pain, but they'd go in, they'd sew some stuff up, keep them on antibiotics, put a drain tube in there until everything healed up and quit oozing. Then they'd go home, depending on what they were shot with. Uh, that's not the way it works in 1901. Well, from where I'm at right now, in a day's time, I could have walked to 3 different towns and made it home. Tired, but I mean, I couldn't physically do it now. But there really were that many little towns around here. None of them, well, very few of them survived the 1918 influenza. That was it. There were so many. They're saying 50 million people died worldwide. Um, there's too many people dead in the cemeteries around here for that to be right. It had to be more than that. Um, TK, you need to get down. I don't know about any of that. Blech. Yeah, I mean there were all kinds of super cool things or whatever. But and honestly, back to self-sufficiency. How many of us are actually? How many people in this room are actually trying to be self-sufficient? I mean, putting real hardcore effort into being self-sufficient. I mean, or trying to maximize their self-reliance. I see a lot of people type in me, 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 me. Where's all the me, 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 me's at? Can't do it now. You ain't gonna do it then. Yeah, I stand by that one. We're not even close. We're hoping we can be. We're hoping to supply quite a bit of our food ourselves here, but it's real crap gonna work. And that's the other thing. Off grid, what C103's comment about, I like hot showers. A lot of people say, "Oh, I live off grid." No, you're going to town and you're buying fuel. You're buying diesel or kerosene or gasoline. That's um, you're not connected to the power grid, but you are dependent on the power grid because without the power grid, that fuel ain't happening. No, TK. No, not up there because I said so. You come up here. Come come on. Come on. You ain't no baby. I ain't got to pick you up. Come on. Come on. Be a little self sufficient. Come on. Come on. I'll pick you up and I'll pull your head off. This is for sale too. Cheap. I'll, I'll box her up with $5 for cat food. Standalone homesteading is. And in Alaska is the last place you want to try to go and live off. You got no growing season. You got harsh winters. You got shit for weather. Um, did I say anything about insects yet? Uh, yeah, screw Alaska. Alaska's like the worst possible place to try something like that. Hey, Steve. And that's the other thing that people, well, we'll use wood to heat and cook and this, that, and everything. A lot of the, some of the people found in the cemetery, they died because the house caught on fire. If you're building a fire in your house, like if you're building a fire in your house, chances of your house catching on fire increase. Um, so I'm just my thing is we need to, and I don't like and I agree that we need to do something with it, but I don't like the term we need to go back to governing ourselves. We never should have let a political elite form in this country. Our great great granddads owe us an apology for being a bunch of lazy, not getting involved scumbags. Uh, there was a lot of stuff that should have happened back in the day. You know, if there'd been more people paying attention to what was actually going on and getting involved with what needed to be, because there was, it was not everybody in the South owned people. That was a war between a bunch of rich Northerners and rich Southerners, fought by the poor Northerners and the rich, I mean, the poor Southerners. The same as this one that's coming around the corner. We don't, you know, we don't need to be governed. We need to govern ourselves. We all know somebody who could be a good this, that, or whatever. I don't know anybody that I would, or well, running the country is wrong. Uh, I don't know of anybody that I would personally like to see in charge of making all the really important, really hard decisions for our country. Um, uh, President of the United States shouldn't be the most powerful man in the world. He should be one of the people with the most responsibility, but and the authority to see to that responsibility, but not power. Any power he possesses should be did that right from the people who elected.
Tie your feet together so you can't wiggle them. Why's one not funny?
It's pretty funny from here. That chipper's still crapping in the back of his truck. The hole in the back of it was, or in the middle, was for a gooseneck hitch. Rob the money to buy that indoor plumbing. And try to put in a bed. Oh, gosh. Give me a kiss, boogerhead.
Eskimos? Give him Eskimos?
Give me some lovin's. Give me lovin's. Ah, that's it. Gotcha. Love it. Love you. Still ain't getting no supper.
Come on. Let's go to bed. Let's go to bed.
You better go, buddy. Uh-uh.
Do you want some of this?
Tell her say rawr.
Do you want some of this?
Tell her rawr. Rawr.
Run into this. Run into this. Eat it. Turd. This is a turd. Here's a turd.
There you go. It's amazing how many people in this room grew up with an outhouse. That's one of the one of the things on my to-do list is to put in an outhouse. I mean, they just make sense. I mean, your plumbing freezes or you're out of water or whatever. You just want a little time away from the house. You know, go to the outhouse. And Rob's outhouse works. Yeah, the amount of actual solar panels and stuff you have to make a lot of the stuff some of them homestead generals do, but you never see these giant solar arrays. There's a guy here, he's trying really hard to be off grid, but he has uh, what is his solar array, like 20 by 40? He's got two of them, 20 by 40 arrays, and he's still adding on that guy going into Sea City.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't like him.
I don't like
The guy that
it. I don't like people who play the system.
yeah, the guy is totally chicken shit. He's drawing full military disability
Unemployable.
because he's unemployable, but
Full-time job.
got a full time job making, I don't know, 20 something bucks an hour. So
There's so many more people out there that it could benefit
yeah,
that actually need it because they can't walk or hear or see or whatever. And he treats everybody like they owe him. He's just a hateful person.
sounds like a Democrat to me. And he may act like a Republican.
No, well,
He's a Southern Democrat, but the bad kind, though.
but he's just
Yeah.
hateful.
He's one of those guys that, if you've got a 1999 Ford truck, it's worth less than scrap metal prices. But if he's got the same truck, it's worth $6,000. He's just that guy.
Well, but it's not his dad's name because he's 100% disabled.
Yeah.
I mean, he works full time. We see him working all the time, but it's just aggravating.
Well, I know how hard I had to fight to get disability. I've tried to get disability for 5 years before they finally gave it to me. Had they have given it to me when I first started trying to get it, I might actually be back to work now. Because I just wanted to get on it long enough to get. I was after the medical benefits because I wanted to get new knees and some other stuff in. Because thanks to the Affordable Health Care Act, I lost my insurance. Um, and yeah, no, it's um, regular civilian disability. You can either work or you can't. So if you can salary yourself out of your old company for damn near $30 an hour, I don't think there's going to be that much wrong.
people who do the nerve pain and fibromyalgia and the GERD and disability, I don't agree with.
Yeah. Well, it's like if I'd have just
I
gone,
have significant neuropathy,
you're still working. Yeah.
so it just drives me crazy.
It's weird. I could go back. You know, if I could go back and say I'm depressed, they would have gave it to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's it.
all I had to do is get a doctor to tell. So, oh no, he's depressed. He doesn't need to be working.
Yeah, disability easy.
And but I've got bone on both legs on my knees. Doctor told me I need to quit working. Well, no, that's not for just quit working, and then what they tell me I have to quit working and then come in and file. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, quit working. I got bills to pay. And finally, that's what I had to do. I had to quit working, and I was still 9 months without dragging a check before somebody was like, "Oh, yeah, you've been trying for this a while now."
Well, and then once the project started, it still took them
Yeah.
what, 2 years.
When they finally decided to do it, it was they pushed it through in 6 months when they finally started on it. But I filed.
Yeah,
They should
they
have.
approved it in July and didn't start paying until February.
Yeah, because they the first 5 months of disability don't get. So and the thing about it is I started filing for the disability 3.5 years before that.
Yeah.
So they should have had to pay them, but anyway. There's a difference between guys like me who need to drag their check because they're done, and the guys that are just playing the system.
Are the ones that are depressed and want to play video games and smoke pot all day?
Yeah. Was that what he's been doing that for? He's been drawing a disability check for 30 something years now, 30 something years, and just smokes dope all day long, plays
Well,
video
and
games.
look at the one that, right,
Yeah,
same thing.
same thing.
Goes around, plays video games, smoke pot.
Oh, that sucked there. No, I think somebody popped the balloon. Hey, Rob, tell Aid when you see him if you. I shouldn't have done that. There was nothing at the post office. I guess enough people got pissed off about him leaving it up there. Nothing at the post office. Zero zilch, not our packages. They should have shot it down the second it entered, or the minute, the hour. Like it never should have made it. It shouldn't have made it 100 miles into the country. The end. Lost weather balloon. If they, it's just a weather balloon that got away from us. okay, well, we're going to shoot it down and get it back to you. Also, they didn't shoot it down until it had already gone over all the silo states. Okay, makes sense. And they shot it down after it was done flying over the unpopulated portion of the country. Makes sense. I've seen several great big weather balloon things past few years. Didn't ever used to see them at all. That's not true. I saw a couple. Well, I didn't see anybody that thought it was a doomsday delivery device, Rob. I saw a lot of people that were concerned that there was a a balloon that carrying who knows what kind of cameras and stuff flying over the states that had all of our nuclear arsenals in them. That's probably it. Steve is doing the chemtrail thing. Maybe they were putting anti-chemtrail jelly in the atmosphere, messing up the messing up what our government was doing. And when they figured it out, they had enough of it. I just heard it was spy satellite had cameras and stuff on it. It was flying above commercial airspace, but well below what a low orbit satellite would be doing. And I'm sorry, when you're taking pictures of something, um, 15, 20 miles is a lot. It's a long ways. And that's true. I saw it was there and thought we should shoot it down, and as I quit listening, then I saw something pop up short. Somebody put up with it, shot down. That's all I've known about it. I checked into it when it first showed up, but that was it. And I'll go back to the post office when they're open and ask them, but there was nothing there. Hey, Wesley. All right, Aaron, be good. You too. Yeah, and we get off here. I just want to go live on a Saturday. I haven't done it forever. Um, they're singing to themselves. Me in here talking to y'all on the computer is not going to let him go to sleep. So I have to put my priorities in order. Yeah, what they do with spy satellites or spy balloons or any of that stuff is like it's above my pay grade. Um, wasn't it either one on? I don't have the specs on either one. I don't know what any of their capability. I've heard a lot of things about what we can do and about what Russia can do and about what China can do. I don't believe any of that shit. We're supposed to be all this super duper badass stuff. We ain't got no supersonic missile, hypersonic, whatever. We got nothing that can shoot down their missile. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about y'all, but my Google Earth don't zoom in that close. So, um, there's a lot of satellites up there. We set out here. We can see them here. We can literally see the satellites. It takes a while to find them. Um, but oh, there's not that many. There's not enough for them to zoom in the windows, any window on this house. Still line of sight. The camera's line of sight. The higher you are, the shittier your angle is when something. The Well, that right there is the reason for us to disband the military and burn down the government because they're not allowed to do that. I sure as hell hope not. Anonymous. I sure as hell hope not. Yeah. The thing about it is it doesn't matter if you're getting hit with a S-wing hammer or a Stanley hammer. Getting hit with a hammer. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. My voice literally is keeping the baby awake. So y'all be good. Uh, Seriously, don't give the government any more credit than they have coming. So, uh, a lot of this stuff gonna have to get proven to me. But God bless y'all. Still have. Remember, self-reliant, self-sufficiency really is. That's like I said. But I'm going to be self-sufficient. I'm going to alone. We're going to be lone wolfers. Who Those were the people that were dying until they figured out that hey, we don't stop trying to be self-sufficient and work together. We might all make it. Anyway, stay loud.